Morning, everyone. It's about 8:55, and this is video number 349. It's your pre-opening comment for Tuesday, the 28th. So we had a bunch of earnings this morning. Not particularly great, although there were some hot spots. 3M is down 474 at 158.50, down about 3% on their numbers. Pfizer is up $1.28. Excuse me, but that is also partially due to COVID news. Raytheon Technologies, RTX, which is United Technologies and Raytheon's merged company, is 62.51, up $1.42 or 2.3%. And McDonald's, which had traded down to about 196, has come all the way back to 199 and change, down only $1.80 after being down almost $5. Asian markets were mixed. European markets were slightly down. The ECB has come out with a statement that they recommend that the banks do not resume dividends in the second half, and when they do, they'd like to see those dividends in stock as opposed to cash. And Boris Johnson in the UK warned that after the summer period, they see a rise in COVID. The Dow futures are down about 100, NASDAQ down about 25, S&P down 10. They were all substantially lower before. And as usual, we have the chart of the dollar here, and you can see, as I mentioned last night, that there could be a little bit of a rally here. There is a little rally, but little is the key issue here. I mean, we're down in the last 3 weeks from this range of almost 98 on the dollar index all the way down to yesterday's low of 94. That's a pretty big move here. 93.40 actually. So this little bounce, unless this were to bounce back up to 95, 96, I would call this a truly anemic move. Overnight, we had some questionable news about China and Taiwan, and the gold continued to rally. It actually traded at a new all-time high at just under 1975, as you see, and then came all the way back down to 1900. Currently, it's actually trading about unchanged. I was looking for a pullback. 1975 to 1900 certainly qualifies, although I'd be much more comfortable around 1875. The silver did basically the same thing. It traded as high as 26.27 overnight, and that market is more extended than the gold, and in fact, it has pulled back, or had pulled back, all the way down to this 22.5 area. 22.46 was the low today. And while it's still down, and I think could see a little bit more downside, right now it looks like it favors going sideways after this huge pullback. I mean, we're talking about something that when it broke out a week and a half ago, broke out through $20 and got to 26.25. So that's 6.25. It has already pulled back more than 50%. So that actually is looking a little on the healthy side. Stocks this morning that have some action in them: Francesco Holdings, FRAN, who had a huge loss. This is a retail apparel company. had a huge loss, over $5 a share, and adjusted almost $9 a share. However, they did produce some very positive guidance going forward, and the stock is trading $8.98, up 432. And for all of you guys who are like me, older than dirt, you'll remember Kodak. The new symbol is KODK since it's been bankrupt and has been delisted from the New York. Kodak got a $765 million loan from the U.S. government to produce generic drugs. I believe that this is through a division that was actually spun out from the old Kodak called Eastman Chemical. Otherwise, I would have no idea why Eastman Kodak would be producing drugs. But on the upside here, the stock is currently trading at about $8.12, which is up $5.50. So we're talking about 150% move here. And in fact, it was higher. Okay, so we'll see whether this market can regain its footing after this little mini blow-off. Also, one other item, almost forgot, and that is Bitcoin. Bitcoin broke out. I've been talking about it now for 10 days, that it looked like it was coming out of this consolidation. And yesterday it was up 1,280, and this morning was higher. It had closed yesterday at 10,895. It traded 11,540 and then pulled back to being down on the day. But it too, like the gold, is actually slightly higher on the day, up 125. When you look at the longer term here, you can see that this has been a really nice consolidation. The chart does not look unlike the gold and silver. So, I think that we're probably going to test. I was using this, where the arrow is right here, as an area to be concerned about, which was 10,495. But we blasted through that, and looks pretty healthy. The volume was just dramatic. Okay, everyone, please remember to like us and to subscribe. Have a good morning.